Hello, welcome to Endslate. My volume is down because my baby is trying to sleep right next door. And my wife just texted that he said, shh, while I was already like pre-talking to you guys.
Wow, that's your inside voice pala, Quark.
Yeah, this is my inside voice. And with me are people in purple, the, the purple twins. Mel.
Wonder Twins.
Mel, my co-host, and well, who has a purple background, but Erwin.
Manila's most eligible bachelor. That's how I always
Manila's most
refer
eligible
to
bachelor, yes.
him.
Really?
Yeah, and always, this is how many times have you been on the show na?
Probably the fourth. Fourth mo na to, Erwin.
Fourth lang?
I count,
Yeah.
I count.
Oof.
Fourth na.
We
I
should get to
noticed the
5 right away.
adaptation one. Ano pa ba? Was there adaptations? What's the
Pinoy?
other
Did
ones?
he do Filipino? Filipino.
Maybe
No, he
he
did
did a
adaptations.
And then you did something else. Yeah, I remember.
But 4, I
I
can't
did
even
third
remember.
or fourth.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
it's at least your third.
yeah,
I love it.
maybe.
We also did a private school expose. I don't know if you remember. Just kidding, Erwin.
Oh, no. But the
Southridge. Yeah, yeah, and you,
paref
Erwin,
schools.
your purple is a natural purple.
Oh yeah.
Can you show us where this?
No, because I don't have any lighting. I'm not staying at home, so I just got the mosquito.
Dukes.
Oh, yeah. No, this is not for
Ganda,
the
diba?
clubs. It's for the flies.
Parang Nicholas Winding Refn film.
No, napaka-contemporary naman. I was really thinking it would be like more of a Lynch reference for you. Yeah, he kind of
Yes.
liked this blue, right?
Yeah. There's always like one dominant color, and but no, sad day for Philippine cinema and for all of us. Mike De Leon has passed away. I think one of the holy trinity, no, of Filipino directors. It feels
It's
like
him, Broca, and
Bernal.
Bernal.
Bernal. We have Erwin with us because basically Erwin is a Mike De Leon expert.
for the
No,
Ramon
I-
heads. Where's Ramon?
Ramon is sick, down with the sickness. To quote, what's the name of that band? System
Some
of
new,
a Down band.
no, not System of a Down, and some new metal band. We forget. Is my signal
so-
okay?
Your signal is great.
Okay,
Yeah.
sige. It has a beach ball time thing. So
Yeah, and then you can, as Mel mentioned, you can see Erwin's most eligible bachelor. I was gonna say our resident silver fox. If you're watching this on Spotify or if you're watching this on the YouTube channel,
Yeah.
welcome
Well,
back, Erwin.
is it? Thank you, Mel, thank you, Quark, and of course Ramon, even if he's not here because he doesn't like me so much anymore.
So yeah, no. I guess I don't know. How do we begin this? I know. I think Mel, you have seen how
But
I know, are you with Mike De Leon?
I have only seen one film, and that's Kiss Up Mata.
Kizamata.
well,
Okay.
not a bad film to. If you're gonna watch one, that's not a bad one to watch.
Yeah.
But I just
no,
want to say, it's just because it's difficult to find restored work or his films in particular in this streaming age.
this
It's
is true.
very, very difficult. I don't have a movie subscription. I don't want to pirate naman because
Yeah.
I prefer to purchase Filipino films versus pirating because I believe in supporting local.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's just very hard. And when he passed away, I was telling Quark, I only know Kiss Up Mata because it during the pandemic they aired it, I think, in YouTube or Netflix or something like that.
What
Vimeo.
And then
to make people feel less bad or more bad?
I don't know. I guess because people were staying home, right, and going
Yeah.
bananas. And here's a film about going bananas domestically.
At home, yeah.
Yeah. And just
But you know that
unfortunate
it's actually based on a true story.
Yeah. Of course, I know. Of course, I know. My uncle, my father's best friend, actually scored 3 or 4 of Mike De Leon's films. That's
so
also how I know him.
Si Lori?
Yeah.
Lori ba yan?
Yeah.
Lori Lustre.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
that's all I know about Mike De Leon.
By
you
a
guys
French-
know.
There's a French Blu-ray box set. Mike de Leon, Portrait d'un cinéaste philippin. And there are no English subtitles in this.
None.
But yeah,
None.
But Kani released Kakaba. So that's they're a really cool parang boutique
Yeah.
Blu-ray company. We'll share some chismis with you guys after the show.
But I
We
want to
Okay.
know
forgot
why Erwin is
Oh.
like, if you wanted to do a Mike De Leon retrospective, why did we invite Erwin and not like, whoever's out there?
Yeah. So Erwin, I think
Why?
Erwin, you've worked with Mike, right? Like, I mean, you've worked
Okay.
numerous times over the years.
Um,
You were kind of like his protege, I guess. Is that-
no,
Wow.
no.
I
Um,
think so.
Is that your
no.
Bumble profile headliner? Mike De Leon's protege.
OnlyFans.
I don't know if that would be a good.
Or
That's a
good
very
common
niche
Mike De
dating
Leon's
market.
protege.
By the
or
way. OnlyFans
it,
Mike De Leon.
yeah, it doesn't work on field either.
Okay.
But go ahead, Rekdi.
No, I first met Mike De Leon in 1999. I was part of an organization from the QP College of Fine Arts where I was a student called Cinema's Art Movement, and the head advisor of that art org was actually his production designer, Cesar Hernando, who was
R.I.P.
basically the best professor ever you could get for anyone. Anyway, um, so we sponsored. Mike he was famously already known as a recluse. There were no known pictures of him. He never gave interviews. Um, Basically, all we knew about him was like the few copies we had on Betamax, VHS, or anyway. I saw the films. I had access to films through one bad copy or another, and I knew definitely he was somebody whose film stood out from anyone else I'd seen at that point. Um, so I've met him he showed up during our premiere of his film because he actually released a film in 1999 called Bayaning Third World. And because he had you can just reel me in if I'm saying so many things because this goes deeper and deeper because he was supposed to do a Jose Rizal film for GMA Films. And like Mike, like a lot of Mike stories go, he basically, blew that up in a grand fashion and he left the project.
Si Aga
Uh,
Mulak to, di ba?
yes, he actually
I
chose
thought this
Agamulak
was
for the
the one
project.
taken over by Marilu Diaz.
It
Marilu
was.
did take it
Okay.
over. Yeah.
Eventually it was, but it was started by Mike because when the producers wanted to get into film, they thought Mike De Leon and Jose Rizal would be perfect. And they wouldn't be wrong because actually there's another story. Mike De Leon spent a lot of years in Germany because he was following Rizal.
Wow.
Yeah, so he studied in Germany, and but what he found there was not Jose Rizal, but I would argue he became Mike De Leon there.
Wow. Oh,
So
like as a film student pa.
so yeah, but no, he was studying a lot of things. He just really wanted to follow the footsteps of Rizal.
Grabe.
He was so obsessed with Rizal, so he went to Germany to do that. He was fluent in German. Many people may not know.
Scheiße.
Oh.
Yeah, schade.
Okay.
Um,
Did you see his films before? Before the class with Cesar? I mean, were you
Yes.
already like a fan?
No, actually, that's why Cesar knew me. Cesar knew me already, but I was very fluent with the films because, like Batch 81, we had a Betamax copy. It came out in 1981, but we had one in the early 80s. We borrowed it from one of the rental shops, and then it burned. That rental shop burnt down, so it was with us forever. And I watched it. My brother watched it. My brother's actually part of a fraternity, so we had totally different reactions to the film. He actually joined the fraternity not few years later. I never wanted to join the fraternity after watching Batch 81.
Yeah. Fuck. And then
So so I met him 1999 at the premiere, and then we had a few words, and then he asked a few of us back for a Christmas party at the LVN Studios, which his family owned, and which he was the general manager of while he was not doing films, supportedly. And And then the next thing was he told me during that party, hey, I heard from Cesar that you wanted to interview me because I was writing for the Philippine Star.
The outsider.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, and so he gave me the exclusive and only interview he gave for until recently, I think. And we was like an 8-hour interview.
Wow. Wild.
So yeah, so it was the only interview he ever gave during that period. What followed after was even stranger because he saw a film, my thesis film. I graduated in 2000. And then he watched the short film and he said the directing was okay, but he asked me who did the sound and the music for that film. And of course I said me because I had no one else. And then he hired me to head the sound and music restoration of all his films.
Wow. That's wild.
Yeah.
Galing.
Wait,
Galing.
why did he imprint on you? What did he see in you that made him think, oh, this guy's gonna be my guy, my guy?
You should ask. Well, unfortunately, you can't ask him. But
I can't, of course, yeah.
I
But
don't
why do
know.
you think, Erwin? Oh my gosh.
Lourdes de Vera once said I may look like one of his dogs.
Lourdes de Vera, who played Mike De Leon in Love Diaz's Evolution.
Well, did he?
He did.
Oh,
So
okay.
what I want to know is that he's so prickly about being private, right? And
Yeah, he was.
He rarely gave interviews. What was he like as a private citizen?
Okay. Well, we were very
Loaded
close. I
question.
mean, I think for over a decade, I think he was still reclusive, but I saw him. I was working closely with him. Yeah, I mean, he could be capable of no, we had a lot of fun together. I mean, we had we never had short conversations. He never talked to me like I was his acolyte or his someone beneath him. It was always very equal. Even if you look at the pictures now, I really, really look like a real kid. No, he always valued my opinion, I think. And yeah, I think we disagreed a lot. We laughed a lot. Yeah, there were I learned a lot from him. I really did. But one thing, like the only time I ever watched Friends, the series, like from like one whole season was with Mike De Leon.
Wow, was he a Friends fan?
He was a Friends fan. Yeah, definitely he was.
Cow.
I mean,
Weird. No?
yeah, it's very weird.
Mahilig siya sa network television.
I can
How
only
strange
count
is that?
the number of Friends episodes I've seen.
Pero yung
I
mga
mean-
CSI, yung mga ganyan.
He loves CSI.
favorite.
But he also liked those Nordic noirs that became like For Bridalsen. I watched For
Yeah.
Bridalsen with him, all 20 episodes.
Wow. Okay. Wow. The Killing, di ba? Tama.
The Killing, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like, that's why I guess you're amongst all our friends, I think you're the one most apt to do this tribute episode, and I think is he your favorite filmmaker, Filipino filmmaker?
No.
No. Who is your favorite Filipino filmmaker?
Martika Escobar is my favorite filmmaker.
But
And Wami. I mean, I mean
Yeah.
Wami or Martika, but Martika, yeah, just because.
yeah.
What
So
does that
like
shrug mean? What? Just because
I don't know. I mean, because I love Wami too, but it's just apples and oranges. But yeah, I think Martika.
yeah, nice. But growing up, he was, or were you
Yeah,
more of a
definitely.
more of a Broca,
No,
okay.
no.
Yeah.
I mean, no. There was really something about the films that he made. There was something that was obviously something different. I mean, there was really because he could command most of. I mean, he was a good cinematographer. He was highly technical. He was highly versed in film, and also apart from Raymond Red, I don't know if anyone has been as influenced by German cinema as he was. So he was very, very, but he was very. I mean, you could talk about a single scene for hours. Let's put it that way.
Wow.
And
Nice.
and then he was, yeah, he was very particular. He was very exacting. He was the total opposite of the kind of filmmaking I would want to practice now. But I mean, he was the closest you had to. I mean, he'd been compared to Stanley Kubrick a lot, and I don't think that's a far comparison. I don't. He did admire Stanley Kubrick, but I think even the obsessiveness was really something you could only blame him for. Not. He wasn't aping Kubrick as many people might think.
Yeah. Wow. But Mel, you've heard that he's, like I think Filbert did an article. I think was it for
I think Rogue.
Rogue? Yeah, no, basically that about the old schoolness of Mike's directing style, right? Like throwing stuff, screaming at
Oh.
people,
Oh,
and there was that
that
aspect
way.
of it.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
he was temperamental, definitely.
Oh.
I mean, he famously canceled he had the meeting with Quark and some other a member of Furball. And then you were, I think, 2 minutes late and he canceled it. And he was
Yes.
so mad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So naging shit list ako.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
yeah. We were like, no, I think we were doing a client presentation, and yeah.
2
so
minutes
parang,
late.
Yeah.
I remember
So,
it was 2 minutes, I think even less. But
I mean, 10 minutes is acceptable in,
Mike, I've had meetings he canceled because they were even less than a minute late.
he just looks at the watch and says, oh, that's it.
Yeah. He has a lot of watches.
my God. Oo nga.
What
He has a lot
an
of clocks.
eccentric dude.
Yeah, di ba? Sabi nga ni Sarge, she got fired 6 times by Mike De Leon.
Well, that's konti lang yun. That's nothing.
I'm surprised wala siyang mga Me Too. No, but I guess it's not.
No, ano siya di ba? Parang asexual. Parang I've never known him to have a relationship even. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Who's telling
Was he
me
not
that-
married?
he was not married.
Oh, no
Yeah.
children, no heirs, nothing?
Nothing.
Okay,
Yeah.
so just really married to his work and his art.
Well, yeah.
And Erwin, apparently.
Even si
No.
Ma'am Charo nga na in love sa kanya, di ba?
Talaga.
Are we allowed to say this?
No, but
I think she said it publicly, to be honest.
That she loved him. Okay.
That,
I
yeah,
respect
parang-
that.
well, he discovered her.
Yeah, I respect that. That, there's feeling. There's love as many levels. So,
Oo.
Does it?
Pero no, but there was that one story, the Ma'am Charo story, where she was late to set. This was Baguio. She came to Baguio. The shoot was in Baguio. Correct me if I'm wrong, Erwin. And then so he goes like, oh sige, magpa-makeup ka na. Nagpa-makeup na siya. Sige, magbihis ka na. So she put on her clothes and everything. Sige, mag-throw lines ka na with the AD. So she threw lines with the AD and she was ready. They lit her. Everything was ready. And then when they were about to shoot, it's like, pack up, uwi na kayo.
no, was she late? Was she
Was
late?
that story true? Have you heard that story?
The only story he told me about that was not with Charo. It was with Danny and Buboy, Danny Javier and Buboy Garovillo of the Apo Hiking Society. They were in a film with him. I think there were a few films with him, but I think the one was Hindi Nahat,
Kung mangarap ka't magising.
Kumarat Ka't Magising, and then basically they were staying in a house, and then I think they overslept, and yeah, and he told me the story. So, basically he had them. They came late. They had the makeup, and then they lit them, and then basically when they were ready to shoot everything, pack up. That's what he said. Pack up, and then he drove back to Manila, canceling the entire film.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, even up till Citizen Jake, alam ko, because we Citizen Jake was already, we were all working, di ba? Parang
Yeah.
people telling me, may parang, asan ba si Mike? Umuwi na.
Yeah. But
Hinihintay
well, I wasn't
siya
part of that. But But funny, I mean, a little side. That's actually when Danny Javier started composing "Pumapatak ang Ulan" during the shoot
no,
of
did he?
Kumangarap Ka.
Okay,
Kasi
no,
there were
no,
so
that's
many
not-
days that it was raining, They couldn't shoot outside. And then ang original lyrics, according to Mike, was laklak ng parang Xanax hanggang umaga. Something like that. Or some drugs, di ba? Yeah. Wala pa yatang Xanax nun.
And then diba? There's a speaking of Kuya Cesar, there's a story na may bolo siya. Tapos sinanap niya si Cesar on set. And then nagtago si Cesar.
I heard that. I didn't hear that from Mike, but I heard he was angry. He said he was angry at the time, and it was because but that was Jose Rizal in the 90s.
That was Jose Rizal. Okay.
Yeah, Jose Rizal na yan.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, and of course, towards the end, I think there was actually like a lot of public, public, fighting sila ni Ato Maraulio, Ticoy Aguiluz famously on Facebook. Very, very temperamental guy.
Yeah. I mean,
but also very sweet. I mean, I it's so funny because I think the very first conversation you and I had, we met at the shoot of Lourdes.
Radioactive Sago.
But I think the very first real conversation we had was at Big Sky, and it was about Mike De Leon. Yeah, and I think I told Stanley Batch is my favorite movie, and he's like, but have you seen Kisap Mata? And then you lent me a VHS of Kisap Mata. And which we'll get to in a bit. And so and then later on when I was editing Keka in LVN, Erwin invited me to meet Mike.
Yeah.
And I
was this
remember,
before or after the Furball meeting? Before.
No, before.
Before.
I had gone. I don't know. I had gone to a week, and I was with Mike, Direk Mike, most of the time.
Oh wow!
Maybe it was maybe because I think I went there for my college professor who was his nephew, and the whole time it was just parang more or less the three of us. Diba?
Was it at his house in Broadway?
I think so.
So that was his dad. That was the dad of Mike. Yeah. Yeah, and then that's the the house in that house appeared in a lot of LVN films, including the first one, Gilyo Ko, 1931, and that's also the house that appears in Kakabakabag, where that Bubi Garovilo comes out of the pool.
Okay.
Yeah.
The one with Armida.
Armida, playing mahjong.
Based on Mother Lily.
Yes, Madam Lily yung pangalan niya.
So
we can talk about the films kasi those are in the end that's really what you should remember Mike for more than the stories.
Yeah. So let's get to it. Let's rank it. Because that's our thing here in Endslate. We love
How many in his filmography? How many films?
I count 11.
Features
11
or
feature. But kasi, diba, Aliwan Paradise is like a part of an anthology.
Yeah, it's like three Southeast Asian, 3 filmmakers from Asia, and then 3 films in one, like Shake Rattle and Roll.
It still counts as a film, though, right?
Yeah. He has a short. His very first film is Monologo.
Was that any good?
It's lost, so we only have clips of it. But it's basically the study for Itim, so it's more blow up.
And then Signos was I've seen Signos somewhere. I think he made it public. This was kasi during it was very diba? Parang martial law era.
Yeah. So basically Signos was a documentary he directed along with sila Pete Lacaba. But he at the time kasi he was doing a film for Sister Stella L for Regal with Vilma Santos as a revolutionary or a protesting nun. What people don't know, Pete Lacaba wrote the script, but people don't know is that people know that actually film is actually a fictionalized version of real characters in real life. So they made a documentary to show the real people who were inspirations for the film, including everyone there.
Galing. So I probably saw it because I saw I know. Well, we'll get to it when we discuss sila. So, to answer your question, Mel, I think the full length na siya lang on film or is I think nine
Nine, I
ata
think
eh.
nine.
Nine, no? But then there's one that was shot on like beta.
Video. The
Yeah.
first parang video.
Yeah. So more or less 11. But so yeah, like what do you think is the least if you were to
Well, I haven't seen Citizen Jake, so
Sige.
um
Sige,
the
but
least
I have a guess for your least, and I would put Citizen Jake just above that. But
no, what's your guess of my least? Kasi I'm still you might know.
hindi nahahati ang langit.
Yeah, it's the least fun for me. Although Edu Manzano and his shorts especially are very fun in that film. He wears these
So-
white shorts.
Nice.
Mel, this is available on YouTube. It's a very interesting film in the sense that it's like diba? Para siyang melodrama talaga. Para siyang 80s Filipino film.
But that's what he wanted to do.
Who's in it? Edu.
Edu, Christopher De Leon, Vilma Santos.
Dina Bonnevie.
Not Vilma. Lorna. Lorna
and
T
Dina
pala.
Bonnevie.
Yeah.
Let me look at Letterboxd.
Yeah, because
But-
parang no, that's what I wanted to
mali.
ask you. Kasi parang he had this like stellar six film run, right? Like all bangers. Not all that I love, but I arguably lahat sila parang may
The best
timeless
of their kind.
factor. Yeah, the best. And then suddenly he makes this film that is literally like every other 80s melodrama. Yung may sampalan, yung may English catchphrase, yung may Why did he do that?
Put it in context. This is the first film he made after EDSA Revolution. So this is after post Marcos, and
Oh my gosh. I think I was on set in this movie.
Wow.
Did they have a
really?
scene in Greenbelt?
Maybe
quad
it was,
pa yata.
Yeah, because I remember being brought to a set with Dina and Edu. And Edu babysat me for like 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, quite possibly. I mean,
And
there
he's
was
a very
films in quad
charming man.
until now.
Until now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
what
say
a
it's my
charmer.
least, but I wouldn't say it's my least favorite because there are parts of it that are really, really interesting, and then they're kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
diba? Like, diba? Parang, because the two main characters were supposed to be in love. Funa, they meet as children, they hate each other. They grow up in the same household, but they're really sexually attracted to each other. But they end up marrying two other people. But eventually in the film, they get together. So that's Boyet and Lorna. They start to have an affair with each other because they're married to other people. And then their spouses find out, si Dina and si Edu. And Edu
Edu.
suggests, since they're having an affair, let's have an affair. So,
No,
Sounds
actually-
very Western.
Actually, they weren't having an affair. Akala lang
Well,
ni Edu.
akala
lang. Then parang it's like, well, anong gagawin natin? Kailangan natin gumanti. Cut to.
In the bedroom.
Hinahalikan niya yung leeg ni naked Dina Bonnevie.
well,
And then they fall in love later on.
but what's the affair? Alam mo, is it only sex? I mean, obviously they were in love from kids, diba?
My God. So why nga? Why did he do that? So it was post people
Post
power.
EDSA, there was a new optimism because all of the films that I guess people refer to as his masterpieces were also reflective of the period that they were made in. Especially Kisap Mata in Batch 81, which really highlights his obsession with authority figures. And they were really parables for martial law. Let's put it that way. After 20 years of the Marcos dictatorship, they finally, EDSA Revolution, the Marcos fled. It was Cory Aquino and was a new that was a very optimistic time. And Mike was actually part of that. He actually directed the music video for Handog ng Pilipino sa Mundo.
Really?
Yeah, he directed that. One and
I
only
remember
music
that.
video. Yeah. So he started loosening up. He did music videos. He even did the commercial.
Which one?
This I think
San
Petron.
Miguel?
Petron.
Petron.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a very iconic ad. I didn't know he did it until Cesar told me, and then he told me Ren.
Wow.
The most famous shot there is the priest on a motorcycle.
Wow.
So remember those big ads from the late 80s,
Yeah.
that had many scenes from different parts of the country. Yeah, he
Yeah.
made the Petron one, I think. I'm sorry if it's
Yung
it's the
iisang
wrong
bangka.
parang
It's kind of
ganyan, or the PAL ads,
Oo.
'di ba? So it's like that.
Wow. Shining
So
through.
shining through. So he was really opening up, and I think at the time that I'm not so sure, but it was Charo Santos' first foray into producing.
This film, An
Yeah.
Indivisible Heaven, is the
Yes.
title.
So there was, why don't we try it out since we already won? I mean, Marcos is gone. We're building a new society, I guess. Weirdly to say that, but
Oh.
yeah. So he tried, and then I think Charo Santos was also producing, and I think this was the genesis of Star Cinema, what became Star Cinema.
Wow,
And
that's the origin story pala. So he just
I
wanted to
think
do a
so.
melodrama.
And that was the agreement, because he'd never done a overtly commercial film, so it was a
Yeah.
challenge he wanted to take.
Wow.
What's that saying, Quark, or that phrase that you always use? One for
for
me,
them.
one for you. Yeah, one for them.
Yeah.
One for
So
me,
it
one
wasn't
for
the
them.
one for them.
No, I think he really no. He said he was proud of that film.
Ah.
People do say, because in the cut before he, of course, in typical Mike fashion, he got mad at the producers and everyone, and he had his name taken out. But what he told me after, it was for purely different reasons. He's really proud of that film, actually.
I
And-
think I remember in your interview with him, he called it the Proto Viva film.
Yeah,
Like,
middle class characters and upper class, having upper class and middle class problems.
It's very like Laurel Canyon, the way I'm reading into it.
Yeah,
parang siyang so bad it's good, to be honest.
Yeah, and look, he got his crew that worked on Batch 81 and Kiss Up Mat to work on it. Si Cesar was the production designer.
Si Tata Rodi ba yung
Yeah, I
cinematographer?
think no, he got Pancho, but I think si Roddy
Pancho,
Lakap did the
wow.
titles
Wow.
with the glass sculpture.
With ito yung, with such memorable lines as, mahilig ka pala sa art. Not at all. I couldn't care less about these things.
Oh, which was shot, I think, in Pinaglabanan Art Gallery here in Green Hills, and Cesar deliberately made those parang Roy Lichtenstein paintings because comics characters to.
Wow. Interesting. And then I think after that would be Citizen Jake. I remember him telling you that he rewatched Banning Third World and told you this can't be my last film.
Yeah.
And hence Citizen Jake, which honestly feels does feel personal. Does feel almost autobiographical.
Too personal?
Yeah, a little too personal.
Citizen Jake is the one with Atom Araulio.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that had a UP screening. I don't know. Did it have a run? I don't even know if it had a
I don't know.
theatrical run. And
I don't know.
You,
We had fallen out by that time. We weren't talking anymore.
Wow,
So-
we had a friend fight.
yeah.
I
well,
think, yeah.
parang you're not Mike De Leon's friend if you.
If you didn't go through a friend fight, okay.
Yeah, but I think there is a Citizen Jake Vimeo, and I think it's Mike De Leon. I'm looking now if Citizen Jake itself is there, but
Wow, it's not even on Letterboxd. I mean, like where to watch Citizen Jake.
interesting. So now I'm looking at the Citizen Jake Vimeo. Ang daming old LVN films.
Yeah.
Is
Kasi-
he Vera
Damn.
Perez?
No, he's De Leon. So si Doña Sisang, it was grandmother. So yan yung that was the other film studio. Sampaguita yung Vera Perez.
Wow, galing. I'm only finding out now, guys. If you want to watch old, pristine copies of old LVN films, just go to Citizen Jake Vimeo, and they're all there.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time working on those films
Wow.
because that was the other main project we had for the whole of the 2000s. So I worked with them until around 2000s and until the 2010s. until about 2014. The last work we did together was 2014, 2015. But all throughout the 2000s, apart from restoring the sound of all his films and trying to develop a new film for him, we were actually working on cataloging and reassessing all the LVN films and restoring what we could, and just
Galing.
making sure. Yeah,
So what
And
did
then
you guys not like about Citizen Jake? Like, why is it
I've never seen it.
lower? Oh, well,
I've never
Quark
seen it.
then.
parang someone told me. It was funny because I remember I was at that same Bayaning Third World screening as you, and that was very electric, right, that night. Like ano pa nga eh, because Doy Del Mundo did a Q&A.
Yeah.
I remember, but people were seeing Mike. He was walking around, but he wasn't doing anything. He was just like stalking the crowd.
Yeah.
And so everybody was like, andito si Direk Mike, andito si Direk Mike. And I remember the post Citizen Jake premiere, parang may just like just like sheen of silence and kind of like very parang ganon after the film, and I remember running into Treb after the screening, like napanood mo, then sige pare. And this is a tribute episode, by the way. I'm just reminding us all, but especially myself. But no, I think I don't know. Parang there was an element of losing touch. I think, or some director told me like it's like I think it was Mick that to throw Mick under the bus, but yung parang how you doing, fellow kids, yung Steve Buscemi in 30 Rock, you know that meme?
Yeah.
Parang ganon, like trying to be
Hip.
MTV style and
Really?
hip and
Okay.
and it didn't really work. But yeah, but I would love to read the script because I think there's something in the script. But the treatment talaga, I don't know, parang na in love siya sa cutting edge editing eh. Parang and that, of course, he's a classic filmmaker, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, and love Atom. I'm such a fan Atom, but that he carries the film. He's basically like in every frame. So it's his first time. So parang yun nga, parang I don't think he was ready for it, basically.
Are you saying Atom's acting was not at par?
I didn't say Atom's acting is not that par, but
Was he like Edu Manzano?
I'm gonna clip this and then send it to Atom.
and then we posted. Edu Manzano should have been the star of that fucking movie, man. I mean, not Citizen Jake.
Well, maybe Citizen Jake too. Reimagine Citizen Jake. I haven't seen it, but you can. As Edu.
With Edu, why the fuck not, diba? Pero so yun.
So you think if he had cast a more experienced actor, then it would have worked better as a film?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
No, there
It
was
was really
there
the
were
thing.
some supporting na sobrang cheesy ass OA hamon acting that wasn't Atom. And see, Atom actually was underacting in my opinion.
Okay.
So, but yeah. Okay, let's move on. What's next, Mr. Romulo?
Oh.
Before.
It's hard there because the thing is he actually, well, I can't be that impartial because I did work intimately with all of the films apart from Citizen Jake and maybe Bayani Third World, but no, because it's been said about him, and I think they say this about Kubrick too, that he made different kinds of films. Like he made a comedy, he made a horror film, he made a drama, and it was always kind of the best of its time. So yeah, he actually did make. So if you're asking me to choose, I think Itim. Even though I love Itim.
Really?
Oh,
Is
is
it supposedly one of the greats? Or
Yeah, I think it's his first feature. I think there's a lot to recommend in it. I mean, it's really slow and interesting, moody film, and it shows yung Quaresma, yung rites of, our passion plays and how we
Yeah.
actually celebrate Holy Week here. And it's an intriguing mystery. But I think I'm not the original to say this. Kisap Mata was actually the perfect, because it was like the father in Itim was paralyzed and couldn't move. And in Kisap Mata, he was just all, he was pixelayan. You could, he was basically prowling the entire frame. So between the two kasi, I mean, if any other filmmaker did Itim, it's probably one of their best. But in comparison to his entire body of work, and especially Kisap Mata, it does suffer in comparison.
Do you agree, Quark?
Yeah. Well, I rewatched it him the day it was revealed that he passed. And yun nga, I think it's as a horror film, it kind of falls flat almost but only because there's been so much ano kasi, diba, parang development in the technology also of horror, jump scares and the editing and but
it's so slow.
yeah, it really is quite slow. I agree. And then it was only this time na parang okay, naging apparent na yung okay, he's going for blow up. He's going for Don't Look Now. There's a lot of vertigo in this, parang ganon.
The Innocents, did you see?
Yes, definitely because of the black and white.
The figure on the opposite side of the lake.
Yes. Tama. And then but that very drab color palette. The restoration is beautiful. I think. So I'm kind of mixed. Actually, Tim is actually my number. What is it? My number 3 of Mike's. But yeah, I see what you mean. I know completely what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
because he's still trying out to be a filmmaker. So not only the influences, but I think he was more successful at mixing those elements in Kisap Mata, and arguably in Batch 81. So it seems like a study for those two films. But what I can add about the slowness was they were trying to. I mean, according to Mike, I was born in 1976, so I wasn't around the production. But according to Mike, they were trying to speed it up in the editing because people did find it slow but. Voila, and then what I think he got in the insight was after like the third person told him it was slow, then he realized, well, that's the nature of the film. Let's even make it slower.
Is this Chara's debut? No.
Yes, and that's how we discovered her.
Okay. Sobrang ganda ni Charo dito.
Well, she still is a very beautiful woman.
Yes, this is very true. But oh my God, like parang I wouldn't have thought na first film niya to. Like she's so good in it. She's really magnetic. Magaling si Tommy Abuel. Yeah.
But she's the star of that film.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, it is on Shudder in America. Yeah. I guess because now you guys are saying it's a horror film, so
yeah.
Shudder.
Oh damn. So what? How about after that, Rekti?
Maybe Aliwan.
Aliwan. Okay.
Aliwan Paradise.
Are we by the way, I just wanted to make sure, are we counting Bilanggo sa Dilim in this or
yeah, I think we should actually count. Actually, if that's the count, I think
Bilanggo
Bilanggo
and then Itim, no?
No.
No? Oh.
No, because the thing with Bilanggo, it was an interesting because he really wanted to try video. Because at the time that was video. So he actually was trying not to make it film. I mean, there was an attempt on his part to kind of use the qualities of video, but I think he wasn't so successful. But I like how perverted that film is.
Have you seen The Collector?
I've seen The Collector, yeah.
Is it far naman? Hindi naman siya...
No, it's actually a total lift of The Collector.
It says it's a personalized adaptation of.
It's a direct adaptation of the Collector. And not only of because Mike went so far as actually retyping that entire. It's based on a novel, by John Fowles. And it's a short novel, and the way the novel is told is one chapter is parts are from the point of view of the abductor, because that's what happens in the film. Some obsessed guy abducts a woman who he's convinced is in love with him, and but doesn't know it yet. So he he basically puts her in a house. He also collects butterflies. So anyway.
Silence
So
of the Lambs, right there.
exactly, but in the end, so in the way the novel is constructed is basically he said, she said, from the POVs of the two characters. So you can actually see how they see same event differently. Mike actually put it in sequence. He retyped the entire novel in sequence of one character and one character. So it just gives you an insight on how he thought. He would be that obsessive.
Grabe. Grabe, ang wild.
Yeah.
But he still copied the
Huh? He did.
he still copied the collector film itself. Parang medyo
He
parang
liked the
gas-
novel more. No, I think more he was really adapting the novel.
Okay.
Kasi he felt that the film was good but wasn't perverted enough, I think.
Was the film was the book public domain or
No. I mean, well, at the time wala naman silang pakialam.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he has whole sections of cabaret, Bob Fosse's
Yeah.
cabaret in Batch 81.
I still, to this day, it's a mystery to me how all the international releases of Batch 81 still have cabaret in it.
Yun, exactly. It's directly it's playing the entire songs.
Grabe. A wild. Okay. So you prefer Aliwan to Bilanggo, or you would put
Yeah,
prefer-
because I mean, parang equal lang sila sa akin, to be honest. Because as in interesting forays into things that I think would have been more successful if he had another shot at them.
Got it. Okay.
Aliwan
Bilanggo.
is...
That the Aliwan was the aforementioned the one that's part of an anthology called Southern Winds. How was the rest
I
of that?
see.
How was the rest of that anthology?
I like the Japanese one. I actually saw that in the theater when it first came out in the Philippines.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, because Aliwan Mel is on YouTube, I believe. I think it's on YouTube.
Yeah, Letterboxd isn't pulling up anything. So I guess with that, it's YouTube.
Yeah. So siya, diba? It's a dystopic, futuristic film.
Yes.
And then what is that? It's about a guy who wants to be. It's like a stunt guy who wants to be a star, right?
Yeah, it's basically in a future society where entertainment is what the only thing people can hope for as a job. So basically when entertainment is fueling the economy or the lives of people, so everyone who there's no more jobs, so everyone has to audition to a government sanctioned panel to prove what kind of entertainment they can provide. So most memorable for me was a school teacher who basically, while teaching arithmetic and the sciences, would also eat glass. So to provide some more extra edge to her lessons. And in her audition, she starts even bleeding while eating this glass and talking about trying to teach. And but it's a callback to Maynila, so kung liwanag.
I was thinking that actually, no. And the same character names, diba? Tama ba?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the two characters there are supposed to be the two characters from Manila.
Yeah. And diba? But what's so great about Aliwan Paradise? It ends basically saying that parang audiences are bored, they need new forms of entertainment. So yun nga, diba, glass eating. In the end, it's poverty porn. That's the one that diba? Parang so he diba?
No,
Parang
no.
he's able to predict the rise of poverty porn.
Yeah.
And galing, and it reminds me of that one Black Mirror episode actually, which is very close to it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a Black
Diba?
Mirror episode, really. That's what you should call it as, a proto Black Mirror episode.
Oo. Galing.
And then you have to point it out na the scriptwriter of Maynila, it was also co-script writing Aliwan. It was Lloyd Del Mundo as well.
Wow.
Does
So-
Mike usually write his scripts, or he gets a co-writer with
He
him?
has co-writers. So basically, he produced and was a cinematographer of Maynila's Liwanag by Lino Broca. But that was a script by Lloyd Del Mundo. So that script was red hot. Everyone wanted to make it, and Mike actually got the rights and then got Lino to direct it. Lino Broca.
And Mike was a cinematographer. Diba?
He was a cinematographer. I don't think he was confident enough to be a director at that point.
Galing, no? And then
Yeah.
But more or less, Itim, he was kind of the same. I remember you telling me this. Like he's not credited as cinematographer, but for all sakes and purposes.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't take that away from Shine. But I think he always got at the time people who he respected, and they really worked as a unit. But his input in cinematography would be a lot because he was a cinematographer himself, and he had very particular ideas. And he was also the producer, so he could actually implement those ideas and impose them of how things should be shot and look.
Have you seen him direct?
Alam mo, no. No,
I wonder
because
what he's like on set, no?
yeah,
Diba?
no.
All
because-
you know is just hearsay of how he is on set.
Yeah, because I was never on set with him because I was always in pre-production and post-production with him. I was never on production.
Sa bagay, because I mean, you met him at the premiere of his film before Citizen Jake. So
Yeah.
in all of those, in that decade that you guys were, working
More than a decade,
together.
and
Yeah.
And then
Parang
we stopped talking when he was about to shoot
Citizen Jake.
Citizen Jake. Yeah.
He didn't direct just because he felt he wasn't ready to direct ballet.
No, we were looking for material. We were developing material. There were a few. He really wanted to remake Kisap Mata, and I kept telling him no, we shouldn't do that. And the reason why was because of rights. He was told not to credit the original source, Quijano de Manila, Nick Joaquin's original story in the Philippines Free Press. So, and he always regretted that decision because when he actually talked to Nick Joaquin, there were creepier elements that weren't in the story that he would have wanted to depict.
Like what?
Oh, like on the father actually, I think on the wedding night of the couple, hid under the bed.
What?
Wow. That's wild.
Stuff like
Did that
that.
happen in real life?
In real life, it happened in real life, but it wasn't in the finished. It wasn't in the story of Nick Joaquin because it was reportage. But even with Nick Joaquin, he only told Mike that happened because he couldn't. He felt it was too weird for Philippine readers.
Wow.
So, but if he had remade it, he wanted to put all of that in already.
But in the report,
Put the weird in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was really in Nick Joaquin's she was molested.
It's not
As-
clear.
Yeah.
I think implied, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Galing the way he, kind of makes it so, diba? In the air, parang
Yeah.
medyo oppressive the implication, but yeah.
Yeah.
Galing.
I think I'd put na kung mangarap ka't magising, I guess.
Oh, okay. Kumara, yeah. That is his second film, right?
That's his second film. Yeah, it's a love story set in Baguio. But it feels bad ranking them because
I know. I'm
I
sorry.
really like Kumangarap, and actually that's the first film I worked on with Mike
like the reissue.
for the restoration when I first got hired because a lot of that's supposed to be a musical, so there's a lot of music in it, a lot of songs by Jun Latonio. But Pierre Lersant, the programmer, when he saw it, he convinced Mike that it was corny to have these songs, and because Mike was very influenced by A Man and a Woman by Claude Lelouch, and so he kind of wanted to evoke that nice music and a romance. But so he in the cut that came out and was programmed, I think in Cannes, it was all muted. All the music was taken out. But it was all still there in half-inch on reel. So he asked me to put it all back in.
Galing.
So that was my
Galing.
first ever job for him.
Yeah.
And then he would recall where the music was, and yeah,
Wow.
it was pristine. And that's when we realized that they had no sound design at all back then. So when characters weren't talking, they would actually reverse the tape, so there'd be no sound at all. So no room tone, no Foley, nothing. And that was my other job for him. I would have to put that all back in.
Wow.
So you and Kuya Noel were the one. Noel
Yes,
Bruan.
Noel Crew, and then all the more talented sound engineers who were forced to work under me that time. Yes.
Galing. That was the version I saw. I forget where. Maybe UP also.
At the resort
The Restored.
with all the
one.
music by Jun Latonio.
Yeah, and Bibeth Orteza has a very funny story about the shooting of that. I think there was one shoot where Mike had a fight with his dad, had an argument, and he was kind of so affected by it that he didn't want to shoot. But he didn't want it to be known na parang his dad affected his shoot day. Di ba? Parang ganun.
Oh.
So sabi ni Bibeth, you want me to faint? I'll faint.
Oh.
So he's like, oh, sige, can you do it, before the talents come in, so we can pack them up so we don't have to call them
Shoot.
in with the background extras. And then he's like, okay, game. So first take, she fainted on set.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a great movie. It's coming.
It's a great
age.
movie.
Nice drama.
And if you like Baguio, that's the first film that he shot completely almost in Baguio. And it really does, there's really a nostalgia. Actually, you should watch that film only to look at Baguio back in the 70s.
At the time.
At the time, yeah.
At the height.
At the height of, it's so romantic, and the way it's shot, the way,
Yeah, my
it,
parents had their honeymoon in Baguio.
I mean, when did they have their honeymoon? Not the 70s?
77.
Oh, alam mo, almost, that's the year that it was released.
I'm
think.
reading it now. Yeah, it's 77 here.
So, they alam mo yan.
Wow.
Probably
You should watch it.
influenced by this
You should
film.
watch it with your parents. That's what I
Yeah,
know.
because they would love it. That was the Baguio they would have remembered.
Yeah, magaling si Christopher dito. Like,
You know what? I'm a fan of Christopher De Leon. I think he's a great actor.
And young Christopher De Leon is especially, parang Al Pacino yan di ba? Parang,
Yeah.
Oo, yung younger years are really...
Yeah, I mean, what can I say from that film? No, because all of this is from Mike. Because, we worked on those films so long. There were so many recollections that I'm sure it's in the book. Like there's one I remember, like they were shooting in Sagada. And I won't say which actor na lang. But one actor was telling their assistant, ano ba yan? Nung kung nagkalat ba ang Diyos ng utak, nakapayong ka ba? And that exact line appears in the next film, Kakaba Ka Ba?
What?
Okay, what's next? In
Number
the
5.
oeuvre?
Number five.
Top 5.
Top 5. Actually, you know what? If I would revise this, I would agree with Mike that Sister Stella L isn't his best film.
So would you put Sister Stella
A little, below the ones I've just mentioned, actually.
so
Just because...
maybe Itim is stronger, or
No. I don't say that.
bilang
Yeah, maybe above Bilanggo and Bilanggo and Aliwan, just because it's an important film, and I'm glad that Mike pushed that film. I mean, I think he was able to make that film because he was also Mike De Leon, and it was his first and maybe only film with the Mother Lily for Regal Films, and I think she really wanted to work with him. So that's why during 1984, during the Marcos government, they were able to do a film where basically the ending is them advocating revolution 2 years before EDSA.
Isn't this an iconic Vilma Santos rule?
Oh yeah,
it is. Yeah,
it is. It is. I mean, but I think I would agree with Mike that it's not his best, just because it's a really a Pete Lacaba film.
Yes. And I remember you telling me medyo ano kasi, 'di ba? Parang he quote unquote grew out of that. May ano siya, 'di ba? Makibaka
Yeah,
stage siya.
yeah. He
Na
he was with
parang
his times, yeah.
oo, na parang eventually or the communist stage niya na
Or the left leaning.
yeah, na he kind of like turned his back on basically and is like I don't know what I was thinking. Parang ganun. So
Yeah,
yeah.
but I would have to argue. I have to say now, 2015 above. If he revised opinion until his death, I think I wouldn't know. But what I can say is actually at the time I met him and I was working with him, he was kind of disillusioned with many things. Oh, everything really. So he was disillusioned with the post-EDSA government. He was disillusioned with everything, the Philippines in general. So parang I don't. If that was the frame of mind, so that was where that point was coming from. But I think he was still generous because he did consider it a good film, but it's a Pete Lacaba film, not his.
Quark,
Yeah.
I'm reading your Letterboxd review, and this is your first Mike De Leon.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things that they showed you in high school. So I didn't know who Mike De Leon was really, and it wasn't to Erwin's point. Parang it wasn't that impressive. Na who is this man? My life has changed. Parang ganun. So I saw it. The one and only time I'd seen it was in high school until it showed here in Singapore. I think a year ago.
Projector?
In Asia Film Archive. And now I remember, I think Signos was shown at the
Yeah.
same time. Maraming unintentionally funny things.
Like what?
Like si Nick Fajardo yung toxic ex-boyfriend, si Jay Ilagan. Parang
Yung-
he can't get over his ex choosing Jesus after 9 years.
Yeah.
Yung, di ba? Anong meron si Cristo na wala ako? Tapos
Alam mo.
He's the ex of Vilma Santos in the film.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you mentioned that because that's really a Mike. That's what Mike put in.
Oh, that one.
That line he really did put in.
And then there's this recurring character who always wants to convince them to lie on the floor when the cars come in. Yung habang nagsa-strike.
Yeah, yeah,
Tapos
yeah.
finally he got his chance in the end.
Yeah. So may ganyan talaga. I mean, I don't think it's unintentional comedy though.
Yeah. You don't
think
think it's
No, I think Mike can't
you
help
think
it. He's sardonic by nature eh.
Oo. At nakalimutan ko na konyita si Stella. Like she's a parang
She comes
parang
from a wealthy family?
Yeah,
or-
konyo girl siya na na parang turn to God and then naging baby tibak na siya. Parang
Yeah.
parang di ba?
Which marami nung time na yun, ah.
Oo.
As in,
Including
marami
the character
talaga.
this was based on? Or
Actually, no, not the character it was based on, but there was a lot of people who lived in Dasma and Forbes who actually were on the front lines of that.
yeah. Pero yeah, no, it's interesting na para siyang Bernal film more than a Mike De Leon
you know,
film,
okay,
almost.
honestly, I thought it was a Bernal movie.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't think but yeah, he did. I remember him always saying it's a Pete Lacaba film. But I think compared to Signos, I prefer Signos to his sister Stella.
But why would he say that it's a Pete Lacaba film? Is it because the writing is stronger than the directing, or?
I think the writing and also the ideas and the basically that's really Pete Lacaba's reportage. That's what he was living at the time. And those were really his concerns. Yeah, that was the concerns of Pete.
I remember like si Pete naging parang editor yan ng Yes Magazine di ba?
Yes, he
Really?
did.
Parang then parang I remember just like being in a press con with him and I'm like, what the fuck man, you're Pete Lacaba. Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
He has to make a
Parang
living.
diba? No, pero yeah, and then I mean as a poet, diba? Ang talaga, parang what a
What a
national
360
treasure,
degree
that guy.
turn
Wow,
from
oo,
poet.
diba? Ito siya yung bagay movement kay Pete Lacaba yun, diba?
Well, he was part of it, yeah.
Number
What else?
4.
We're going back.
Number
Okay,
4.
What's
Ah.
the number 4?
No, this pains me to say, but yung baka nga, Sister Stella L, hindi na, we've done, well, baka Bayaning Third World.
Wow.
I
So
no.
Yeah, tama. Well,
Yeah.
we have. Oh, okay.
Baka
ba?
Banning
Banning
Third
Third
World.
World.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my number 4 also. In my personal, I think.
Again,
Yeah.
this is a very painful exercise because I really love that film.
No. No, it's so
Um,
good.
it's
I
really
watched it
good.
last night. I rewatched it last night.
It holds
Where
up.
is it on Mubi?
It's on this Blu-ray collection.
Yeah.
But ano siya, parang may although may talaga mo well-funded film. Parang ganun yung
Yeah.
yung feel niya, 'di ba? Yung very actorly. Sino yung isa? It's Ricky Davao and
And Chris Villanueva.
Chris Villanueva.
yeah.
Yeah.
And and then parang believe ka ba kay Rizal? No, wala kang pakialam. Yung mga galon na
Yeah.
very oo.
There's a, but it was also the time na, remember, this is post Tarantino coming out for Pulp Fiction. So I think it was also, he was part of that deconstructionist era. So basically, Mel, he started out in the first part of the decade trying to make the ultimate Rizal film,
Yeah.
not doing it, and then ending that decade showing that Rizal is actually unfilmable. There's
This
nothing
is
you
the
can.
thesis statement of this film.
Yeah,
Rizal
parang
is
it's impossible.
unfilmable and unknowable.
Yeah, that this
Galing.
life is really cannot be contained. You cannot make a Rizal film.
Yeah.
And I don't know, and in the wake of the Cesar Montano Jose Rizal, parang
Which I saw,
this
yeah.
literally
Yeah.
comes out a year after or 2 years after.
2 years after, yeah.
Oh.
And
Um,
no, it's I mean, I think the only reason I rank it fourth is because siguro I've also fallen out of love with deconstruction.
yeah.
Maybe it's my age. Parang I think it's already, yeah. I mean, I think we've had a lot of deconstruction. I think what I would want to see now is actually more things piecing back together.
Oo. But
Yeah.
that's what I thought also. I thought na parang it was too cute. But rewatching it last night, parang ang earnest kasi niya, Parang
Yeah.
I mean, especially coming from Mike na palagi nasa Cannes or whatever. Parang this is a film that cannot be appreciated by a non-Filipino. Like, because you need to have that baggage of Jose Rizal. Like, even
Yeah.
if you knew Jose Rizal, even if you had read up on him, like, we would read up on Napoleon or something. Iba talaga yung,
Yeah, you
diba?
grew up with
Because-
him.
Yeah, and so
Is he
a lot
really
of
our
that.
national hero? Diba? That's always like the big question with Rizal.
Yeah.
But I think it's more concerned because his problem talaga with trying to adapt Rizal in the first place was basically Rizal didn't do anything, but he wrote a lot of letters and
Correct.
Yeah.
so he said that's not cinematic.
Yeah.
So,
Is
diba,
this
yeah,
what
that-
he wanted to do with GMA? This film mismo?
no.
No. He
Did you read the
it was
script?
more traditional.
Yeah, basically the only dramatic part that film kasi is set completely in Dapitan.
Isn't there a movie called Rizal and
Is that
Dapitan?
so? Yeah.
By
Aguiluz.
Tikoy Agilus.
Okay.
Oh,
Starring
but
Amanda Page.
Yes.
yeah. So, but that's the vision of that film because that the idea was that would be the best, most cinematic one because
Because it's
basically
very contained and it's a love story. Yeah.
and Rizal comes in, it's still there's not much happening, and the ending shot of that film was supposed to be he had built all these things because of him going to the Pitan. It modernized. So the ending shot was supposed to be all the things that were built after he leaves.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, and then when you get to
Gangs of New
Ba-
York.
yeah, parang
Gangs
ganyan.
of New York.
Many years before, yeah.
Oh. So you read the script.
I read the script and we had because we actually restored a few of the scenes that he shot
Wow.
and we included it in one of the DVDs of one of the other films. I think Banning Third World
Wow.
with Aga Mula.
Ang galing.
Yeah.
Is it a good script?
I think it was you know what? Both films, no one can accuse those films of having no ideas. Actually, too many.
Doy Del Mundo ba? Yung writer?
Yeah, I think so. I think
What
so.
I
I'm
wanted,
not-
why didn't Aga pursue this?
No, she did. He was willing to do it all the way. It was Mike who left basically.
Ah. Okay.
Was Aga good Jose Rizal.
I think he would have made a brilliant Rizal, yeah. For that story.
Yeah.
He had to be
Yeah.
likable, eh.
He's too cute, though. I mean,
That's what they
Aga
said
in
at
the
the time.
90s.
Oo.
No, but
Oo,
have you
kasi
seen
aga
pictures
ano
of
yan eh.
Rizal? Have you seen pictures of Rizal?
I'm a descendant, so yes, I am.
Oh,
I am fully
Hindi, but have you seen the
aware.
profile? He has one in the Rizal library with the profile of his. Medyo, Yep, magiging bench
Lolo
body siya na
Pepe.
yun. Oh.
So if you go to Fort Santiago, my family lineage is there in the.
You should know. Well, let's watch Panic Third Row. It's
Yeah,
a great
so
film.
I can't find it on Letterboxd either. I mean, it's on Letterboxd, but there's no listing of where to watch it.
You know what? What the only thing I find a little perplexing about that film is how obsessed it is with the retraction, which parang nobody to this day nobody really cares about it except in the academe.
Well,
Diba? Pero yun yung
Retraction
focal
of
point
his
ng
views
film.
against the Catholic Church.
Yeah, na
During
parang
the Spanish
supposedly before he was shot, he took it all back and said no, the Catholic is correct. Even may pagka-mason, may being a Freemason, like
What
in
a
order to
freaking
marry.
what?
Yeah. Yeah, but parang nobody cares, eh, di ba? Parang it's like
Yeah.
whatever, di ba? No, but I guess you needed a focal point. So
It is what it is, dude.
no,
Yeah.
but I think he believed that. He believed that deeply. And kasi Mike was so anti-clerical, was so anti-church. Yeah, so he really believed that. That's the last line of the film, diba? That's you hear in Mike's own voice. If he actually retracted, then he was a coward.
kay Mike pala yun. I was like,
That's his
possibly
voice.
Mike, because that's not
That's Mike.
Ricky.
That's
Wow.
definitely Mike. But we had an argument about that because I told him I don't see anything in the retraction that can't be read two ways. So sabi ko, he could say this, but he's not actually saying it. So there's a trick of the phrase. But maybe I was reading an imperfect English translation, so maybe the Spanish is more definite, I think.
Yeah, and it came out 40 years later, and yeah, but
Yeah. No, but
um,
no, my argument is, if let's accept he wrote it, does this actually say what you think it says? I don't think so.
pero no, interesting. He does have a roster of actors that he continually works with. I mean, despite yun nga, diba like Kubrick, parang rare yung bumabalik yung Kubrick actors. But si Mike, you have you have Boyet, you have Jay
Edu,
Ilagan, Edu apparently is also in
He is a
in
muse.
Bilanggo sa Dilim.
Yeah.
Rio Locsin, nagulat ako, parang si Rio Locsin pala is a player, is a troupe, one of the troupe. So has he shared with you basically like sino yung parang muses niya and or favorites niya?
No, the ones you mentioned, especially Boyd de Leon, he really thought highly of as an actor.
They're not
Definitely.
related, right? Just because they're
No,
they're
not at all.
Leons. Okay.
Not at all. But no, but what I can tell you, I did read the book, but his favorite actor, Philippine actor, really was Jay Ilagan. Because I asked him why, because Eddie, you tell him something and you can really sense the changes in each take.
When I remember when I was watching Kisap Mata, he reminded me of like a younger Philip Seymour Hoffman when the build and the way
Just
he
a little
would,
tubbier.
yeah, just an everyman kind of persona. He can turn it up, he can turn it down if he wanted
Yeah.
to.
But
Yeah, pero interesting kasi wala siyang big moments masyado as an actor. Like, diba? And,
He wasn't going bananas. That's how I remember Jay
Well,
Lagan.
and yeah, he could do comedy, and we'll go to
Yeah,
the
he could
third.
do
It's
comedy.
Kakabakaba. I think he's one and only overt musical comedy.
Yeah, no? Like, what was that inspired by? French New Wave? What?
I know. I think it was during one of the sessions with that group of his with
Johnny
Doy, with
Delgado.
we're basically, what if the Chinese mafia, the Japanese and the Catholic Church all conspired to make something. Yeah, was an evil organization that did something in the Philippines. That was the impetus of it.
Is this where Going Banana started? Because it's like Johnny Delgado, Christopher De Leon, Jay Ilagan. This is
No, the Bad
this
Bananas
is
were already a group.
oh. Who
Oh.
was
And
the
then
big
ano, di ba?
guy?
Danny had George Javier was there also, di ba?
Yeah, George Javier was also in.
in the
He was
film.
the grand gapan ng He was the Japanese gang lord.
Japanese master, it says.
Yeah,
Joseph,
maybe this film did not age well if you think of all the cultural stereotypes it
Yeah.
Who
propagates. No,
cares, you know?
No, it showed in Rockwell. It showed in. I remember watching it.
What?
One of my first dates with Bianca, and apparently her titas were in it. I mean, Bing Pimentel
Really?
is her mom's sister, but another tita was there. She's like, oh, that's Tita Vicky or something. But yeah, I remember it not aging well. To be honest, I mean, not only in the woke cultural
Yeah.
appropriation, but I guess like how. When I watch Doctor Strangelove, I don't find it really funny anymore. And parang ganon.
but it's got charm.
It does.
It has
does.
charm. I mean, all the references, all the lingo from the 70s, all the grooviness of it, and the way they all dressed up, and just the humor, how
Bigyan mo
how
po
wacky,
kami.
because if you look at, I think that was how they really had their sense of humor at the time, how they would pass basically all the things that you wouldn't put on film, like mga kwentuhan with barkada, basically they made into a film.
Yeah.
All these weird ideas on certain substances.
Stoner film ba siya? Would you
It's a
say?
stoner film
Yeah.
by
I
somebody
think
who
it is.
didn't take drugs.
Yeah, no, it's again, you kind of see the Stanley Kubrick influence. Actually, your top three, malakas yung Stanley Kubrick influence talaga, I think.
Well,
But
Should we move? Should we move to
yeah,
number two?
yeah, I mean,
what's the English title of of
Will your
Kakabaka?
heart beat faster? Of
The
Kakabaka.
The French title is Frisson. Frisson.
I think that's better.
Free
Frisson?
song?
Frisson.
Yeah, I think that's a better
Why?
title.
What is Frisson?
I mean, it's frisson is actually that kind of feeling that's between terror and just witnessing something uncanny. But like you sense it's that unnameable feeling when you encounter any experience, whether a work of art or like something.
Wow. Galing. That's true.
But I think the title kasi can't be translated kasi it's Filipino wordplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kakabaka.
Kakabaka-baka-ba.
Kakabaka. Yeah.
Another trivia of our friendship with Erwin, we were gonna put up a kebab place at one point in our lives called Kebab.
Kaya, yeah, those ideas that we should never do, you know?
Why?
No, but that's
Put
funny
it
because
in Poblacion right now. It's probably gonna be, late night haunt.
I mean, yeah, maybe. I mean, but imagine that's the kind of things that they would talk about that ended up in that script. They were really
Yeah.
weird. And actually, there were certain things that they didn't actually film or they tried to film. Like they put a lot of, I remember now. What if these three entities, including the Catholic Church and these two countries, actually kidnapped children and made them into food? Something like that.
Oh my
So-
gosh. It's...
So, yeah, so there
I
was
wonder
actually
this film didn't show in religion class.
well, maybe it did, but kasi it's so zany na that would go over. But the
Yeah.
film, they actually had a scene where they had all these killed children in cages,
Oh my.
and they actually tried to film it. But once they shut the cages, even if they were actors, all the children cried, so they couldn't film it.
I mean, then
They
they should
actu-
film that, diba? Parang,
Well, yeah, parang baka
It's
Mike,
not-
because being such a control freak, didn't like children not crying or being silent on demand.
Okay, we only have two
We have two
films.
left.
And I'm curious because I
I'm
know
very
what
curious
Quark's
also.
gonna pick. I know what Quark's gonna pick.
and this was also our very first conversation, like you and I. But now I'm not so sure. Which is your number two? What's your number two, Mr. Erwin Romulo?
Alam mo, weirdly enough, if you asked me back then, I would have said my number two would have been Batch 81. But now I think Kisap Mata's my number two.
Oh, plot twist.
Is there a reason for the drop? I mean, both stone cold masterpieces. Let's,
Yeah, they're
you
they're
know,
they're both equal. They were made the same year, by the way.
that's fucking insane talaga.
Yeah, so he made
But
those two films in 1 year. What happened was he started Batch 81. Funding fell through, so they weren't able to film for 6 months. So in the middle of that, in 2 months, he made Kisap Mata.
wow. Para siyang Barton Fink and Miller's Crossing.
Something like that, yeah. So
Wow. So,
with the
damn,
same
man.
team.
Wow. Kisap Mata was funded by, were they both Experimental Cinema of the Philippines? No.
No, no.
Only
Bangkok.
Batch.
No, si Manay Ichu, Vera Perez, Wap Sampakita, produced Batch 81. Okay, so Mike was, he came from the other filmmaking studio, LVN, and Manay Ichu, Marichu Maceda, had came from Sampaguita, and they decided to join forces for this one film. They intended to do a youth film. Yeah, with kids, acting badly, like Grease.
Oh my God. Anyways, again, let's go back to that. But
Yeah.
Kisap Mata. So why has Kisap Mata now taken the? Is it because Batch has has had a larger effect throughout history, or is it because now watching Kisap Mata, parang the effect is less?
I think it's very personal, actually, because I think the first film I ever watched of Mike was Batch. And it's affected my own personal history because I never joined the fraternity, maybe because of that film. But I guess, but no, but we're talking about Kiss Up. Kiss Up, I think, was a really sustained, very thought, very, it was no fat there. That film had no fat. And it was a sustained shriek.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing in that film that I wouldn't say worked. I don't know. I don't know why it just feels number two now because maybe I've seen it so much and I worked on it. Particularly the last shot. Mike was never happy with the gunshot at the end. The one that the one that Vixelayan when they used the sound of the gunshot of Vixelayan shooting himself in the head. So I had to actually. It was an interesting story that maybe no one really knows. I've not actually ever told this to anyone. I spent 3 months doing that one shot, that one sound with Mike's
Holy.
full support and full
What do you mean, like
encouragement.
finding the perfect gunshot sound?
Yeah, because he really wasn't happy with the gunshot in the end. And I'd never fired a gun to my so I said, so he told me, and I came up with a plan that I would go to the police stations and I would actually investigate. Because there's pre-internet, so we didn't have nothing in the sound libraries had something that he liked as well. So I actually went to the lengths of interviewing many people and all the way to Los Baños for something, and then after that going through testing, getting various guns and shooting various coconut, wood,
Watermelon.
and then watermelon, but also testing it with. It was the time I was starting to use the Nagra and the sound, and then recording on tape. So we were just experimenting in the backlot of LVN, and yeah, and I think I think a total of 3 months that was fully supported by Mike just to get that 1 week of trying to figure out how to record a gunshot.
Wow, man. I'm wild.
Yeah.
So what was the final? What was the final?
Yeah, one of the takes I did, para it's had the right drama. It wasn't accurate, but it matched what you couldn't see really. I mean, you saw the splatter, but it matched the image. So no, the only remarkable thing is it took me so long to do it. And he loved me that I did that. But I think it's just on day 3 or something like that. I think it was with a coconut actually. That's why I remember it.
Galing.
At a certain range, and
That's
the mic was
probably the one in
positioned.
the restored version that aired.
Maybe
in
not. I don't know of.
ABS. No?
I don't know because I can't tell if it is because I recorded so much and I wasn't part of the final process anymore.
Well, you saw it. Yeah.
We saw it in the pandemic because they aired it. I really think over
40 years, I think. 40th anniversary ata yung ano,
The
Yeah.
ABS aired
2022
it.
or
I'm not
something, ano ba?
sure.
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
So I knew what the story was because it's a legendary Filipino film. But I felt it was so. You guys say Kubrick. I felt it was very Hitchcockian, like just very shadows and lights and everything was implied and everything is underacted except for Vixelayan. But I really really loved it and felt that it was great pandemic viewing because we were stuck at home and many things can happen in the house and you really do appreciate a movie like this when you're fully focused on it. It's great. It's great.
Tapos, tagasan si Vixelayan, where was his character from? Ano,
What do you mean?
Yung parang ano siya iba yung accent niya eh. It wasn't, it may have been a
Yeah.
choice. Diba?
Yeah.
Parang, yeah.
I don't remember, but I do remember if for Mike in particular, Vixelayan was he was such an actor of the old school that he really wanted to talk to Mike about character motivation, history. He really wanted to quiz Mike about where does the motivation of his character, and Mike said, "Ewan ko ba?" Bahala ka na. Oh.
yeah.
But I
Oh,
do
para-
remember that he was such an imposing guy on screen.
Yeah.
Super intimidating already.
Yeah. You know, I remember the VHS you lent me had that scene where she confesses and there's like a water flowing down the stairs. It's like a
Yeah.
dream sequence.
Yeah.
And then I'd seen it a few times after that, and that scene wasn't there. So I was like, am I insane? Am I going like,
Mandela effect, no?
Mandela effect ba to?
No, you're not.
Apparently, yeah, it was another can edit, right? Ayun ang can
By-
ng dreams. Yeah, go ahead.
Pierre
Ricky.
Shant actually also suggested cutting the two dream sequences, which I think was a mistake, but because
Yeah.
those are beautiful dream sequences,
Amazing.
where it's like the
yeah.
water and it turns into black and white.
Yeah. Galing.
Oh, I remember really loving the hospital sequence. Because it was so tension filled and it was paced really, really well and it was
Yeah.
edited very, very well.
Yeah. I mean, the other influence of that film is Polanski, Roman Polanski.
Yes. Ilocano si ano. Of course.
Ilocano.
Bakit Ilocano? Because they're short
Kasi
tempered.
Marcos. Oo, Marcos.
Oh, okay.
So,
Got it.
Yeah, okay. And finally, we get to number one.
Wait, Quark, you didn't talk about why you like Kisap Matas.
Yeah. Why do you
No,
like
no.
Kisap Mata?
Because you
Where's your
rewatched it
number one?
according to Letterboxd. You rewatched this December 19, 2020.
Yeah, no, I think so I saw it the same time you did when it came out again. I think I remember telling you, like, Batch 81 is my favorite Filipino film. It's like, well, that's because you haven't seen Kisap Mata.
Yeah.
That's so Ern lent it to me. I think, it's really, yeah, tama si Ern. It's just like a clenched ass, like.
It's a clenched ass.
For 89 minutes ba? I don't know. how
Yeah,
long
it's
that-
it's short. It's only
Yeah.
like an
99.
hour. Is it? Kasi
99
parang-
minutes.
Okay.
And
And there's
baka
only a few
including
pieces
12.
of music in it.
Oh, pero grabe, talagang, I mean, the first time you meet the Vixelayan character, one of the greatest villains talaga, And I don't know if it was a brilliant idea or a mistake for Mike Dillon to basically put the whole plot of the movie on the poster, 'di ba? Parang the poster is 'di ba? 3 dead in a shooting, parang ganon, the father. Parang you know na everything from the poster.
Yeah.
It's the headline. Parang, and I don't know if that was genius because parang basically you're just waiting for that to happen.
Yeah.
Or yun nga, parang if it would have been more powerful and suddenly, this happened and because it's happened so sudden, di ba? Pero medyo, hindi siya dramatized, hindi siya slow-mo or whatever. Parang, it's just, parang putang ina.
Yeah.
But you were expecting it. So, just that tension, I guess the music, the way he holds his shots, the acting of everybody involved. Who played the mom again?
Charito Solis.
Charito
Yeah,
Solis.
fuck, galing. Even that scene where the father of sina Jay Ilagan visit.
Yeah, si Ruben Rustia.
Oo, parang parang grabe, grabe. Ganda.
Well,
I mean,
well,
it's my second favorite Filipino film, so
Is
what's
it
your
of all time?
yeah, yeah.
your first is?
My first is our number one.
But no, before that, to talk about the I agree with you, though I don't think the poster was necessary. I think the shock ending actually works. I didn't see it with the poster, but just to talk about the poster is actually a little bit more interesting because that's actually the actual headline that appeared in the newspapers, and
Oh,
that's the actual not only the headline, that's actually the actual news item. And what they did was they just took out the names of the real people and put in the character names, and they reshot the pictures that were shown on the front page with the actors. So that's the actual
wow.
news report.
I remember Miguel Lugdu in one of our first episodes with him saying that this Kisap Mata is one of his favorite Pinoy posters.
Yeah.
Let's go to
What a
your number
character.
one.
Number one, Batch 81.
Thing. Yeah. The Batch 81. What can be said?
What can be said, no? I used your Tito's score for Cake.
Really?
With the blessing of Direk Mike, actually. I was
Yeah.
so thrilled. Yeah, so I met Mike through Erwin. I remember pinching our friend who was with us in the room. Just like, and she's like, parang stop pinching me. Because I was like so thrilled to be there. But yeah, I mean, Erwin showed him Batch, and Keka is the frats in Keka are the same frats mentioned in Batch 81, and so I
So
was so
what
thrilled.
is why do you guys put this movie on such a high pedestal?
Ganda kasi niya eh.
You know, I always thought that it was like some sort of stand up to Clockwork Orange, but it's not, right?
There are direct nods to Clockwork Orange, especially
Okay.
the music, and one character actually
Yeah,
dresses
as
up like Alex.
Yeah,
So Malcolm McDowell there.
yeah.
But Recti, you go first.
Well, no, I do think, yeah, it's very, ano kasi, di ba, yung experience of frats in the Philippines, ibang-iba talaga from the rest of the world. So it felt so specific to the Philippines, and it felt so specific to the experience of being under martial law. To the point na, yun nga, di ba, the Ronnie character, the tama o mali, he's being tortured and he's supposed to answer, is martial law good for the country? I mean, ganun na ka-blatant. Si Mike.
My gosh,
And
why
then-
was Mike never imprisoned?
Oh, he was questioned. He was actually asked to. He had to report to Camp Krame because of that. So,
Okay,
Wow.
I would have thought that they would have just salvaged him already.
but remember, Marichuma said that the producer was actually a blue lady, which meant an acolyte of the first lady.
Yeah. Oh, so he got immunity of sorts, I guess.
I think they knew. Actually, it's a lesson I actually may have learned from. Like, I mean, you know when to kind of leverage certain relations and feign naivete.
Oh, I didn't know like that. Oh, I didn't know. Man.
Is it really that? Okay.
Okay.
Ano, hindi na FOC, si Maceda. Ni Imelda.
No, but kasi weird. I mean, we were under a dictatorship, but you know, the dictatorship like fraternities in the Philippines are also different. Kasi remember the two antagonists of that era was Ninoy Aquino and Ferdinand Marcos, who were fraternity brothers, both in Upsilon. So they would actually greet each other in detention in Fort Bonifacio. Huy, Brad.
Wow.
Oh, there was a lot.
I
there's
do
a lot-
not understand frats in this freaking country, but anyway.
No, I don't. But Quark's right. I think it's specifically Filipino how we take frats so seriously. And the degree that we've taken, I think it's quite unique in the world. Maybe I think I've learned that not just recently. how weird it would be to a
So
foreign
there's
eye.
no American frat that beats people up almost to the brink of death?
I I think there would
There's a
be, but
movie about frats.
what?
No, no, in the States, and it's called The Skulls, and it is fucking terrible.
Oh, well.
Starring, you remember that movie?
No, I
but
don't.
no, parang should see si Elijah Wood ba yun? Or si
Elijah Wood.
basta one of those 90s guys. But no, but yung 'di ba yung mga rumble, yung
Yeah.
sige, anong weapon
2
mo?
seconds. 3 seconds.
Oo, tapos magbubusina sila, tapos parang talagang Fight Club. Parang it's so without the diba, coolness. I mean
Yeah, with none of the coolness.
naturally.
It
Yeah, parang it's just
it
wow.
it really
Fuck.
looks stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So what is
So
the
fun.
thesis of this film?
I think you could condense it into. I think the reason I like this film now, and I rank it maybe over Kiss Up Mata. Kiss Up Mata kasi for all its strangeness, compared to the real story, wasn't strange enough. This is where actually Mike actually adds things that aren't really, I don't believe, are actually practiced in our in by the fraternities here. There are two things there. Like the first I'll mention is Cabaret, basically that variety show where basically you have them in drag and even a Nazi at the end. So I don't think the fraternities actually do that, but actually it just makes so much sense, and it's so complete a piece that it's so absurd na actually this makes more emotional sense why this is all stupid. So I think it's really so absurd. I don't think it he just made that up because they couldn't end. They had a culmination. What I know from that is basically they were trying to do stage something grand like in a fair, but they couldn't actually. So because the funding was so problematic, so they decided this weird variety show, which was actually filmed in CSA in Dasma. Yeah, the police came because they saw the swastikas. So somebody called. I think I think we have some Israeli residents there. Yeah. So, and the other one, which answers your question, I guess, is basically the Stanley Milgram test, which is in what Quark mentioned, that whole electrocution scene. That stage electrocution, that's based on a famous experiment by Stanley Milgram, where you had people press a button, and just to prove it, people, if somebody from authority tells them to do it, even if it's against what they believe inherently, if it's an authority figure, like in this case a white lab coat in the Milgram test, that they would actually push the button.
Wow. Galing.
So that whole scene is an exact replica of the Milgram test, and I don't think fraternities do that, but Mike added that in.
I doubt.
Wow. Galing, no? Sid Lucero. That's the name of the character of Mark Hill.
Mark Hill, yeah.
And then that's where Mark Hill met the Bing Pimentel, and they gave birth to Timmy Eigenman.
To Timmy.
Then took the,
AKA
Sid
Sid
Lucero.
Lucero.
So, galing. And then shot in Ateneo pa. I mean, of course.
There is a library.
Yeah, Faura, the stadium,
Yeah.
I guess before we wrap, does Direk Mike have a through line? Is there like, diba? David Lynch is with two sides, and the nature of evil, and Scorsese is guilt. Diba? Parang Kubrick is diba? The mechanization of humanity. May ganun ba si Mike De Leon?
Okay, this is just what occurred to me now, but because I've never thought of that question actually. Okay, people have said it's authority figures, in one way or the other, fathers. Mike always has, and I think Alexis Joseco wrote this essay, and then he had this wish list, and he actually wrote something that I told him that was based on a conversation between Mike, which basically, we don't have a film about the Filipino upper class that's ever been made that's really good. Because Lino Broca made Maynila sa Liwanag, which is about basically the working classes, and
Working
then
class,
and then Manila After Dark by Ishmael Bernal was actually the middle class. And Mike always kind of despaired now. No one's actually made the Burgess film, but I think that's the through line. He actually all of the films are the great Burgess film.
Upper middle class.
Yes.
Actually, no. I mean, we were just
Nice.
talking about Sister Stella being a conita.
Yeah, so I think that's the through line through it all. The role of the upper class in the rest of the country's affairs.
Yeah. Galing.
The good they can do and a lot of evil they can do.
Very, very, very true. Did he want to be remembered for anything? I mean, like in your most, I mean, he's famously reclusive.
Not in the last 10 years of his life.
No. Okay.
He was very public.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Was he conscious about the legacy that he was about to leave?
Well, yes, he was. Because the times he was refusing interviews, he once told me, well, alam mo yun, we don't want to give up the mystique, would we?
And hence, did he want to be remembered for anything? Or?
I think he did. I mean, for anything, I don't know. I mean, for the films, definitely he'd want the films to remain. Because if not, he would have destroyed them all, right?
Yeah.
So, I
And
think
in
that.
fact, yeah, I remember you guys were making all these DVDs and like all these,
Yeah.
may mga supplementary materials, ganun.
Yeah,
And they just
yeah.
never released them.
Will that
We
ever
never-
see the light of day?
Well, they've been passed around to friends. I have them. So I think they will. I mean, kasi enough people have copies kasi that was the gift to many people. We would make menus. We did the covers. I did the subtitles.
Wow.
Oo. Galing.
Oh. So,
But
Yeah,
is there a foundation that is in charge of the Mike De Leon?
I don't know.
Wow, talaga.
I don't know.
Will always
But,
be and forever be an enigma.
Yeah. So, thank you so much, Mr.
Well,
Erwin Romulo.
thank you.
For guesting. This
thank
has been a very different episode.
Yeah, less fun than the usual episode, no?
Yeah,
See a drop in your views.
But I do think people will come back to this often. I think, I mean, or those who, I think he will consistently be discovered. Parang
Si
sign
Mike?
of the times actually na, no. I mean, yes, he did pass, and of course, all of us and our friends kind of mourned, but parang blip. I mean, I guess because of all the crazy shit that's happening to our country, but I remember, when I was, when we were in high school, grade school, when Broca and Bernal passed away, I wasn't really familiar with their cinema, but we would always hear about them passing away. So parang, I guess it's really a sign of the times, like, or the state of cinema now na parang, ayun, like,
Well-
in my opinion, the Philippines' greatest filmmaker passed, and, yeah.
Yeah, but the times are always changing, like somebody said. So what we're experiencing now will be very different in 5 or 10 years. So that's the hope, right?
Yeah.
Not just
And I
for
hope-
Mike, but for all of us.
Yeah. Totoo.
How many of his films are in Criterion?
Oh, I don't know,
None.
but none.
Actually.
really?
But at kinilig ako when Scorsese introduced Maynila sa Kuko ng Liwanag. It's like, we were able to get this through the help of Mike De Leon, another excellent filmmaker.
Yeah.
Para, my Scorsese shout out.
Yeah, Martin Scorsese funded the through the World Cinema Foundation, through his efforts really and advocacy, funded the restoration of Manila.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get to meet him. Damn it.
Oh, but Mike did while you guys
Yeah,
were
Mike,
working
but
on it.
they had the emails.
Wow.
But he was unimpressed in a way, but I don't know.
Mike was unimpressed or Marty was
Parang
unimpressed?
See Mike. Well, I could only talk about Mike. Parang he was like,
Okay lang.
okay lang, yeah.
Okay.
No, but
It's like
no, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's si Marilu Diaz-Abaya met Scorsese, and he's like, I want to watch New Moon. Why don't you come to my house? Let's screen it. And then parang di sumipot si Marilu.
Bakit?
And like, I don't know. I don't know. You know, these 70s filmmakers, they're all probably like. But
No,
you don't impress me, you Americans.
Wow.
maybe.
Yeah. So
Maybe. No, but
yeah.
no, I just it occurred to me might be the best final thought because yun nga, I'm saying maybe 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, it'll be totally different. And Mike De Leon and Lino Broca and all the filmmakers from the Philippines that we love are more popular than ever. You can never really say, but because actually Mike appeared in a film.
Ah,
Which one?
Yeah.
actually.
No. It's a documentary by Wim Wenders called Chambre 666.
Oh.
So
Okay. Yeah.
basically, during Cannes, Wim Wenders, a great German director, actually invited filmmakers that impressed him at the time, his contemporaries, to come into a room to answer one question: What is the future of cinema?
Oh, that's
Uh,
the quote card that's been floating around during
ah,
Mike's death.
okay. And I was okay. So do you know his answer? He has the shortest entry in that entire filming, which includes Steven Spielberg.
Huh.
And basically, what I might quote it incorrectly, but do you remember what the quote
No,
card
I don't
said?
remember.
But everyone had all these long answers about how cinema will endure, the beauty of cinema, and on. Mike said essentially that that question is stupid because to ask me what the future of film would be to ask me what the future of my country would be, and that can't be answered.
Ganda.
Less than a minute.
Ganda.
Ganda.
That's a good ending quote. Endslate.
Long live Mike De Leon. Thank you so much. It's been a great episode.
You can find Erwin Romulo on Bumble and
Nowhere.
Tinder.
Nowhere.
And
Yeah.
And we'll be talking to him soon. Like there's something
Oh yeah.
cooking that's.
why can't he mention it now? You really can't mention your
I-
future project?
We can tease
No,
it, I guess.
it's more interesting not to say.
Yeah.
It
Keep the
involves
mystique.
one of the women that I idolize.
Keep the
so
mystique
much.
nga, sabi ni Direk Mike.
Iconic women.
So
Okay.
yeah, so we'll probably see you in the next episode, Erwin,
Okay.
because you're gonna come back to promote that awesome thing. So
Okay.
see you guys. Thanks
See you guys.
everyone for joining us.